Good evening and welcome to the NewsHour. The former head of Starbucks, Howard Schultz, went head-to-head with Democrats on Capitol Hill today in a tense hearing over efforts to unionize at the company he founded.
Schultz's opposition to unions has long been public, but some lawmakers and labor leaders allege that Schultz has made union-busting moves that are illegal. Schultz denied it forcefully. As congressional correspondent Lisa Desjardins reports, the hearing was a key moment in the battle over recent efforts to unionize.
In one of the Senate's largest committee rooms, packed with intensity,
Starbucks Coffee Company did not break the law.
A confrontation over business, workers, and American values, as former Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz faced a top critic, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders.
Over the past 18 months, Starbucks has waged the most aggressive and illegal union-busting campaign in the modern history of our country. That union-busting campaign has been led by Howard Schultz.
The former CEO fought back, insisting his company is the worker-empowering place it claims to be, touting Starbucks' average wage per hour.
Today, baristas in our stores earn on average $17.50, with benefits and other income included, such as 100% paid college tuition, the first of its kind in American business.
But thousands of workers are demanding more. Nearly 300 locations have voted to unionize since 2021. That's about 3% of the chain's U.S. stores. But so far, they're yet to sign a single contract.
You're out of touch. Union busting is disgusting.
The National Labor Relations Board has accused the company of hundreds of labor law violations, denying raises and other benefits from pro-union workers. In a Buffalo, New York case earlier this month, an administrative judge found Starbucks had used, quote, egregious and widespread misconduct in an effort involving 20 stores. But Schultz insisted the company has never broken the law.
We're innocent because we've done everything that we possibly can to respect the right under the law of our partner's ability to join a union.
At least one other former employee testified otherwise.
In July, I led a 2-day unfair labor practice strike and delivered our demands. A month later, I was fired for supposedly being disruptive. I did not receive any write-up or discipline, and there was no investigation.
The hearing was in part rapid-fire grilling, led by Sanders.
Were you ever informed of or involved in a decision to discipline a worker in any way who was part of a union organizing drive?
I was not.
Have you ever threatened, coerced, or intimidated a worker for supporting a union?
I've had conversations that could have been interpreted in a different way than I intended.
But it was also a higher debate over who decides what is best for companies and workers.
Our preference is to maintain the direct relationship we've had with our employees who we call partners.
You employ over 235,000 people, in over 3,000 in my home state of Wisconsin alone. You can't possibly have a direct relationship with all of them.
It's a high-stakes and closely watched clash as efforts to unionize have taken shape at other companies, including Apple and Amazon. Some Republicans challenged unions in general, including former businessman and Utah Senator Mitt Romney.
Profit incentive and greed has been there from the beginning of humankind. But there's also union greed.
Others tried to turn the table on Committee Chair Sanders.
You've been in office for 28 years, and you and your wife have immersed a wealth of over $8 million.
If I'm worth $8 million, that's good news to me. I'm not aware of it. That's a lie.
Schultz, whose net worth is estimated at over $3 billion by Forbes, responded to criticism of being out of touch.
This moniker billionaire, let's just get at that, okay? I grew up in federally subsidized housing. Let me finish. I grew up in federally subsidized housing. My parents never owned a home. I came from nothing.
But the question is where Schultz and Starbucks go now,
Howard,
as unions and some in Congress keep up a loud push. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Lisa Desjardins.
To have this be your legacy.